Spanning 11 time zones and covering more than 6 million square miles, from mist-shrouded taiga and towering mountain peaks to frozen tundra stretching beyond the horizon. But beneath this breathtaking wilderness lie secrets that defy time and logic, hidden in remote valleys, frozen beneath stone, untouched by history or science. Until now, prepare to journey into Russia's forbidden heart, where ancient relics whisper and the past waits to be rediscovered. Let's begin this incredible tale. And here's hoping. You'll have extraordinary luck if you like and subscribe before this video ends. The Kurora Pit, mystery of the underground shaft in the North Caucasus. In 2011, an extraordinary discovery was made in the Kurora Mountains of the Kabardino-Balkaria Republic in Russia's northern Caucasus. The man behind this find was cave explorer Arthur Zhukov, who had spent years traversing rugged mountains and dense, mysterious forests. Inspired by ancient legends told by local people about forgotten underground cities hidden deep below the earth, Zhukov dedicated his life to uncovering the truth behind these stories. During one of his surveys, Zhukov came across a remarkable feature: a vertical shaft located right at the summit of Mount Kurora, a place almost completely isolated from the outside world. This pit measured about 40 meters deep, with a wide enough diameter for several people to descend at once. When Zhukov and his team reached the bottom, they discovered far more than a simple hole in the ground. They had entered a massive underground hall, 36 meters high, surrounded by walls built entirely from enormous megalithic stone blocks. The blocks were fitted together with absolute precision, their surfaces smoothed to a near-polished finish. The site was reminiscent of the inner corridors of Egypt's ancient pyramids, where each stone fits perfectly without leaving any visible gaps. Adding to the mystery, the structure contained deep crevices and a strange ventilation system running through the stone walls. Tiny holes and narrow slots, too small for even a child to pass through, extended deep into the stone. The walls had been carefully flattened and polished, as though crafted with advanced tools and an obsessive attention to detail. The team also noticed a constant flow of cool air moving through the chamber, suggesting the structure had been designed for some specific technical purpose. This raised the obvious question: who could have built such an enormous and sophisticated underground complex in such a remote, treacherous location, and why? Later surveys by experts confirmed that the smooth stone walls, ventilation shafts, and small, deep holes all hinted at a complex technological system. Some theorized it might once have been part of a larger facility, perhaps a ventilation hub or an energy storage chamber. Others, more boldly, speculated that it could be a remnant of a prehistoric civilization with knowledge far beyond that of modern humanity. The mystery deepened when researchers uncovered evidence of secret expeditions to the Kurora Pit in the Siberia previous century. Historical documents suggest that during World War II, Nazi organizations, especially the Ahnenerbe under Heinrich Himmler, focused heavily on the Caucasus region. Their aim was to find the legendary city of Shambhala and traces of a supposed lost Aryan civilization. On the summit of Mount Kurora, researchers even found swastika carvings believed to have been made by Nazi explorers, marking their presence in this enigmatic land. Modern expeditions have also been plagued by misfortune. Several researchers involved in studying the site have died under strange circumstances, some in accidents, others from sudden, unexplained illnesses, and a few who vanished without a trace. Arthur Zhukov himself suffered a mysterious car accident shortly after publicizing his discovery. His fellow researcher, Vadim Chernobrov, died just 2 years later from a sudden illness he had never shown symptoms of before. 3 other explorers, connected to the Kurora Pit investigation, also died unexpectedly, fueling beliefs that the site holds a dangerous secret. To this day, no official archaeological excavation has been conducted at the Kurora Pit. Details about its construction, Purpose and history remain elusive, with knowledge confined to personal reports, private documentary footage, and photographs captured by independent exploration teams. Whatever its origins, the Kurora Pit remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of the North Caucasus, a place where every stone, every narrow slot, and every whisper of cold air seems to speak of a distant past that modern humans have yet to fully understand. The Megaliths of Mount Gornaya in 2013, a team of 19 researchers led by Georgy Sidorov embarked on an expedition to the Gornaya Shoria Mountains in southern Siberia. This mountain range lies in one of the most remote regions on Earth. Its rugged terrain and harsh climate have kept it almost completely isolated throughout history. Because of this isolation, no one expected that hidden deep within these mountains would be one of the greatest archaeological mysteries of modern times. As Sidorov's team pushed deeper into the area, they were stunned by what they saw. Massive granite blocks scattered along the mountainside, each shaped into strikingly squared forms. Their surfaces were so smooth and flat, and their corners so perfectly aligned that they appeared to have been cut by advanced tools. In nature, such precision is almost impossible without human intervention. Some blocks measured up to 65 feet in length, standing between 16 and 23 feet high. The largest were estimated to weigh as much as 3,000 tons. Even more astonishing, these stones were not randomly strewn about. They had been stacked in an orderly fashion, forming what appeared to be a gigantic wall in the wilderness. This wall rose more than 140 feet high and stretched up to 700 feet in length. On closer inspection, the researchers found even stranger details: traces of melting on the stone surfaces, perfectly round holes as if drilled or burned into the granite, and signs that some stones had been hollowed out or deformed by an immensely powerful force. Sidorov proposed a controversial theory that in prehistoric times, a massive energy blast, perhaps even a thermonuclear explosion, had struck the site, melting the granite and scattering many stones into large fragments. This raised a daunting question. If these are truly man-made structures, who built them? And how could ancient people have transported and stacked stones weighing thousands of tons in such a remote location? Sidorov and his team went even further, suggesting the megaliths could be as much as 100,000 years old, a claim that, if proven true, would rewrite human history. No known man-made structure has ever been dated to such an age. It would be far older than the pyramids of Egypt or Stonehenge in England. Adding to the mystery, the expedition documented another strange phenomenon. Around the megaliths, every compass went haywire. Needles swung erratically, often refusing to settle. At times, it was impossible to determine direction at all. This magnetic disturbance persisted throughout their work at the site. Some speculated that a powerful energy field surrounded the area, or that the stones themselves contained magnetic minerals capable of disrupting instruments. The Russian government and many mainstream scientists, however, rejected these claims. They insisted the stones were natural formations, created over millions of years by geological processes such as erosion, fracturing, and shifting of the Earth's crust. The flat surfaces and sharp angles, they argued, were rare but natural coincidences. Yet many independent researchers refused to accept such a simple explanation. To them, the towering stacks of squared granite, smooth, precise, and bearing clear traces of melting, point to something far more mysterious. If this is indeed the work of a lost civilization, what kind of technology did they possess? Why would they construct such an immense structure in such an isolated place? And could the strange events of Gornaya Shoria be connected to even greater, still unknown chapters of human history?